In the quiet town of Rosewood, Florida, in January 1923, one whisper would unleash a storm that changed everything. Rosewood wasn't just a dot on the map, it was a thriving black community, a place where families owned their land, ran successful businesses, and built a strong, proud life despite the heavy weight of Jim Crow laws. Neighbors looked out for one another. Children walked to school on dirt roads lined with trees. Churches stood tall as places of both faith and refuge. In an era when opportunities for Black Americans were scarce, Rosewood was proof of what was possible. But all it took was a lie to turn this peaceful town into the site of a massacre. A white woman in a nearby town claimed she had been assaulted by a black man. There was no evidence, but in that time, in that place, the accusation itself was enough to spark outrage. Angry white mobs began to gather. Armed men from surrounding areas flooded into Rosewood, consumed by hatred and the thrill of violence. What followed was a week of terror. Homes were set ablaze, one by one, their flames lighting up the night sky. Schools and churches, symbols of the community's strength, were reduced to ashes. People ran for their lives, some hiding in the swamps for days with nothing but the clothes on their backs. Families were separated, lives were lost. By the end, Rosewood was wiped off the map. The thriving town had been erased, its survivors silenced by fear and trauma. For decades, the story was buried, ignored by history books, unspoken in classrooms, and forgotten by the world. It wasn't until the late 20th century that survivors and their descendants brought the truth to light, demanding that the world finally acknowledge what had happened. Their courage led to investigations, apologies, and eventually, a measure of reparations. The Rosewood Massacre of 1923 isn't just a story of destruction. It's a story of erasure, resilience, and the power of truth.